All right, I'm back for Dustin's ongoing coverage of the EliGE Copenhagen Major, America's RMR, and I'm here with EliGE coming off their relatively close win over Boss. So to start, were you expecting that match against Boss to be so close?
Honestly, I think that we thought we were going to win a lot easier. I think that we just came off a little bit cold again. We kind of got smashed in mid for the first two gun rounds, and we also lost pistol. Yeah, we lost pistol, and we lost the first 1-2 gun rounds. And on MR12, that can just spiral out of control really quickly. So I'm happy that we found a solution really quickly. I was able to shut down mid the one round, and then hallzerk had so many insane clutches the entire game, and we just played a lot better as we woke up a bit.
And with that, I feel like a lot of casual fans don't really know a whole lot about Boss heading into the RMR. Based on you having just played them, what's your assessment of that squad? Are they more impressive than you were expecting in terms of maybe their tactics or individual play?
Well, we've actually scrimmed against them a lot, and our scrims against them have been a little bit one-sided. Even they made a choke before the game yesterday, which was kind of funny. But I think that NA teams are better than what people give them credit for, and I think that just people haven't been watching the games and they're just not giving the NA teams a chance to show that they're better than they give them credit for. And I think that the matches that Liquid has been playing and the ones that have been getting close, I think people are seeing that, where they're saying okay, this is a team I respect a lot, aka Liquid, and they're struggling against some of these teams, and it's yeah, they're not as bad as you guys think. So just give the NA teams a chance to prove that they're better than what you remember.
There's been much back and forth about the quality of NA practice. You mentioned the fact that Boss is sort of better than what you were expecting, but how is the state of NA practice now in 2024 after years of it admittedly being kind of shit, right?
Well, I would say that it's definitely much improved. I'd say since we got back in the last month, it's honestly a little bit easier than compared to the beginning of the year and even a couple months ago when CS2 started. But I think it's maybe just because we got a lot stronger as well. So, but I think the NA teams are definitely a lot better. I think that they, as you're seeing in the matches, they can put up a fight against a lot of these teams, against Liquid, against us. I'm sure the Fjærli games will be close if any the NA teams end up playing them, aside from Liquid obviously. So yeah, I think that it's a lot better, and you can get a lot done out of it if you just give it a chance.
And now, I think HLTV talked to you guys at Blast or Katowice, I believe, and you didn't go to Katowice, so definitely Blast. They're sort of talking about how a lot of people have been looking to see you guys return to that massive high you had sort of around IM City last year. How close do you guys think you are to sort of returning to your top 5 form you had at the end of last year?
Well, I don't think that we're that far off. I think that just prior to Katowice, that we kind of went off the path of what we should be focusing on during our practices, and our fundamentals just started lacking, and we started focusing a little bit too much on tactics, and I think just over time that just eroded our gameplay. So that's been a big focus for us, and something that we've been focusing on the last, well, pretty much the last 2-3 weeks. So it really hasn't been too much time. Pretty much after Katowice, we had a talk, and we're just yeah, this is what we should be focusing on. And ever since then, our scrims also have been getting better, and not just the results, but it's obviously how the scrims feel, how, the rounds that we're winning, the rounds that we're not losing, those types of things. And overall, I think that we're on a really good path in terms of how far away. I mean, hopefully the next 3 weeks, we want to make sure that we're ready for the major in time. I think there's definitely enough time, and we're going to be getting a lot of good reps in here.
Now, the best of ones are always a bit hard to predict, but it's looking at this moment like you guys are going to be set up for a confrontation against Fjærli in the first best of 3 of the event. How are you feeling heading into that match?
Well, we could actually be playing a ton of different teams. When we we're messing with the calculator, it also if Liquid wins, for example, we have a really high chance of playing Liquid. But either way, I think that we're pretty confident. I mean, we have to be ready to play against an extremely hard opponent eventually. Who knows exactly what's going to happen in terms of what matchup we're going to be playing, but whoever it is, I think that we have to win as many games as we can. And we're not even sure exactly how the ranking is going to work in terms of who gets the legend slot. Is it going to be the ranking that gets updated after this RMR? Is it we don't know exactly what it's going to be. So the stronger opponents that we can beat, the better, and maybe we can snag the legend spot. So that's what we're hoping for, and the better teams that we can play, also for us to win at the showdown, I think it's just going to be as positive as it can be. So we're happy about it.
And then final question before I let you go. So the NA scene, I feel for a long time has not had a lot of veteran voices. People have been around since the very start of the game, and now we have kind of a unique situation situation here where obviously we have the, you guys from Complexity, but we also have Daps as an IGL of NRG and Stanislaw as the IGL of Wildcard, both two players you've both worked with in your career. Is it a bit sort of surreal to see these old faces return to being like at the top of the NA scene again?
Not really. I mean, that's exactly what I'd expect. I think that stuff is just like talent. Like you just like have it, and I think that it's really nice that we have like Daps and Stan playing right now for these teams, and that's probably why like we're having like such like good resurgence. I'd say of all the teams. Obviously, Energy is struggling a little bit more, so I know people will say something about that, but. Overall, I think that the level of like all like the IGLs has been getting better. Like we're seeing like really good game plans from teams, like really good like strats, like overall. So yeah, I think overall like I expected it to happen just because before like the last couple of years like we would have people either just like not playing anymore, they go to Valorant, and now that we're having like our veteran players like helping like the team to actually like come back up, it's really helpful.
All right, so that sounds like some confident news for North America and confident news for Complexity overall, as they'll be heading into day 3 looking to qualify to the major, hopefully as legends. Thank you so much for your time, EliGE, and we'll see you in action tomorrow.